Everybody to eat. And maybe that's just me being a good ass person, but I want everybody to eat, whether you're in my life or not. You don't gotta sit at my table to eat. Okay, purr. We on the air with it. Okay. I'm nervous as fuck. You make me nervous. I don't know why. Okay, welcome back to another episode of Just Jay the podcast. I have a special guest, Miss Tiasia.
It's me.
She was on last season, and we talked about how niggas ain't shit, period, to sum it up. But yeah, I brought her back to talk about another really, really important topic that I felt like she was the only one that could really just feed off my conversation and make it. Yeah, you'll see. Anyway, the topic is pretty much about relationships and partnerships as Black women in today's society. So, first of all, let me just tell you a little bit about her. Okay, so it's crazy because nobody would ever know unless we really talk about it, but our upbringing and us, like, with our childhood and, like, everything that we've experienced is so similar. And whenever we have conversations about, like, our lives and just what we've been through, it's like, oh, bitch, me too.
Like, why do we live the same life?
Like, same life in totally different bodies. Like, we relate so well, and I just fuck with her so heavy. Like, the healing that I'm about to be on, the healing that she's about to be on is about to take us on a great journey to being, like, real deal women that we've always envisioned to be. So,
absolutely,
this conversation gonna be fire.
It is.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna get right into it. I found this conversation I developed this conversation because I watched another podcast, and they just talked about how Black women don't really have, like, strong female friendships that last like 5, 10 plus years, and that's very true.
Yeah, I feel like women in general, but it's more so in our community.
Yeah, I think that if Black women, like, really band together, we would be unstoppable.
We really would.
Like, even for these men, like, I feel like we hold men at a higher standard than we hold our, like, friendships. And if we valued our friendships more, men would be done.
Right.
Because, like, I think we depend on men so much because of what they can, you know.
And I don't know what it is, but I feel like as a Black woman, it's almost like since our men are going after all these other races of women, we choose to feel like it's invalidating to ourselves, and now it's making us we're internalizing the hate, but then on top of that we're projecting it onto other women as well.
Facts.
So I feel like it definitely makes it a lot harder to form those relationships and really band together, because we're just so used to hating ourselves, and we don't even see it on a day-to-day basis, to be very honest with you. But it's like certain things, it's like, oh my God, my skin, oh my God, my hair is too kinky, like things like that. But then you see another Black woman who might not have the same hyperpigmentation as you, or they might have the looser curls. Like, I've experienced that a lot with my hair texture. Y'all ain't seen my hair texture, but with my hair texture, I have looser curls. So a lot of women have said to me, oh, you think that you're the shit just because you have, you know, that looser hair color, or you're not dark skinned, things like that. Like, I love on women, period. Yeah. Because if we don't love on ourselves, who's gonna love on them? Right. Who's gonna love on us? Right. But I feel like just because that self-hatred has been internalized, it makes it way harder for us to form and keep and maintain a good bond with other women.
I also feel like that plays a part, like, it goes way back to, like, slavery days. Like, yeah, darker skinned women is outside in the field, I would be in the house. Me too. So that, right. So, like, they looking at us like, oh, them bitches is better than us because they got lighter skin. And that's always been.
All of us is in slavery.
Exactly. I'm going inside to do some other crazy shit. Right. That you think you got it horrible because you outside, bitch. I would rather be outside.
I was just about to say the same thing. I would have rather been outside.
Like, we're so, like, we're, like, programmed to be that way. To where it's like, oh, she got lighter skin, she always gonna get the privilege. And that's pretty much how it is. Like, I've experienced light skin privilege compared to, like, women of darker skin, but, like, it's literally embedded in our brains since the beginning of our generations.
But at the end of the day, when you walk outside, you're still a Black woman.
Period. We're still all Black. Right. We are all Black. Okay?
A white woman look at me, she's gonna say that's a Black girl. A white woman look at you, she's gonna say that's a Black girl.
She's gonna call us both niggas. Right. At the end of the day. She's not gonna say light nigga and dark nigga. She's gonna say nigga. Okay, so it doesn't matter. I'm telling
Right.
you, like that's my uncle pointed that out to me. Like, yo, it all stems back to slavery and like how the white people pinned us against each other, and that is so true when you really think about it, because
Hmm.
that's exactly what happened.
They've taught us to hate the other side, technically.
When we're literally all the exact same, pretty much. But whatever. I think our friendships tend to fail also because I just feel like, well, for me, I'm cutting you off at the slightest child.
We
And it
just
may
talked
be
about this.
we literally just talked about this before the camera got rolling, but it may be something very small to you, but the principle for me is so big. Nah, I'm gonna act like you killed my mom, and I'm never gonna talk to you again.
Exactly.
Like I'm so easy when it comes to cutting people off. That block button is my bestie.
I
I
don't even
don't.
block you. I just let you see. Like you're gonna see me glow. You're gonna see me blossom. But
Right.
you just can't eat at my table. You can't sit at my table
You don't have
anymore.
access over here. Like.
But it's just like, for me, I think it's the way that I've been brought up. I've
Mm-hmm.
been taught not to trust people that easily. But me being the person that I am, spicy Pisces,
Right. Hello.
we tend to be very open with people. But once you give me a reason to not trust you anymore, you're cut off.
Right. Right.
I don't care anymore. You're cut off. I can switch. It doesn't matter how much it hurts me. I will switch that flip. You're
And
dead to me.
yeah, and I don't even know you. Like that's literally how I am. I always give myself. I always talk about this. The 48-hour rule. To be mad or sad about
Yep.
something, and after that 48 hours, I don't know you no more. I don't even know the
Exactly.
situation. Like I'm done with it. Cause
Like, so and
nah.
so, who's that? I don't.
My mom be so mad because she'll literally bring up people that I don't fuck with, and it's just like who?
Who is that?
I never met them. Like why would you think that they know me? Like who am
Let
I?
alone be my friend.
Like who am I for real? Who is? I don't know. No clue what you're talking about.
You know.
So I don't know. That's a problem, but also I feel like that's just because of our circumstances in life and what we've had to like do when it comes to certain friendships. Because like the friendships you go through in middle school and high school, they mold you to be
Right.
a friend when you're an adult. And I think like I was very trusting back then. So now that I've seen
people
that
that I
experience,
shouldn't have been.
exactly, it's just like you can go at
Right.
any moment.
Because I'm gonna choose my peace every time.
Right. And I also feel like I say that that's a good and a bad thing because realistically, like, you never really know, like, what the other person is going through because we all
Yeah.
experience things differently and we all process things differently. So, like, I saw this TikTok and it was like, you don't necessarily have to end the friendship, just don't be as close.
Yeah.
And that kind of woke me up. But at the same time, it's just like, if I can't be as close to you as we've always been,
What's the point? Bye.
why? Why are you even around here? Like, why? No. Because
Yeah.
I have no, I like that I can revoke my access from people with no problem.
Yeah. And it kind of makes it more difficult because once you, like, if you say you double back and you decide, all right, I'm gonna give this person one more chance, it kind of makes it harder to also rekindle that too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they're like, okay, I'm gonna hold this person at a distance now. We're not gonna be as close because
Exactly.
they dipped before.
Right.
Which makes me think they're not gonna dip again.
And also, like, I don't really fuck with uncomfortable conversations, like, or
Me either.
uncomfortable confrontation. Like, they always say that, like, hard conversations mold healthy relationships and all that shit. But because you knew what you did. Like, why are we sitting here having this conversation? Because, first of all, I have a very short temper. Very short. So we gonna sit here and talk about this, but you say one stupid thing or invalidate my feelings one time, I'm done with it.
Right.
Because behind my feelings, I'm going to war. Every time.
Honestly, I'm the opposite because the way that I was brought up, showing your feelings is weak.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had my feelings invalidated my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, as soon as you invalidate them, I'm done talking. I'm shutting down.
Right.
Because I'm just going back to that little girl that I was. Whenever I would cry, whenever I would be upset, go in my room, close my door, I'm being invalidated, I'm being ignored.
Right.
People are mad at me because I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling.
Right.
But it's like, now thinking about it, those things kind of fucked me up as an adult because now I'm starting to unlearn. And even I was talking to someone previously, and they have taught me a lot when it comes to like communicating my feelings, what bothers me, things like that. Because I had a really big issue. Like, it was painful.
Yeah.
It literally hurt to actually tell people when something was bothering me because I've been conditioned to be a people pleaser.
Right. Right.
And it's like, but at the same time, even when it comes down to like friendships, you're not telling people because you're afraid to hurt their feelings. It's also disrespecting them at the same time because you're being dishonest with them.
Right. Oh.
You're not giving them the opportunity to change the behaviors
that you're upset about,
that are making you upset, that's making you uncomfortable.
Right.
So it's like, this year honestly has been about learning better communication and communicating the way I've been feeling.
Yeah. I think we always say like, oh, I'm a good communicator. I could talk to you about anything until it comes down to really doing it, and it's like, I'm good.
No, I'm good.
I'm okay. I'm chilling, you know. No.
Like, for example, even when, I'm not gonna say it, of course, but when we had that little thing, I'm like, okay, I have to talk to her because I don't want it to be, you know, something that's made out to be that it's not.
Right.
I don't want to offend my friend.
Right.
But at the same time, I want to explain to you my side too.
And I have so much respect for that situation because I'm not gonna lie, I was hot, but then I was like, okay, I understood this, you know the situation, so you understand the situation. But like, that also taught me like, okay, she didn't really mean it the way that I automatically took it. Okay, it was just it just happened to, you know, be something that was brought up. So immediately I was like, okay, I'm not mad at this girl because she's explaining it to me and she really don't want me to be upset. So it's just like, you gotta really love your friends in their love language.
Yeah.
And you gotta understand that like certain shit that you would normally be okay with, other people may not. Right. So it's just like, when we had that situation, it was kind of like, okay, I don't fuck with this, but I see why you didn't understand that aspect. So we good. We just talked about it and that's it. But because that was an uncomfortable conversation that built a healthy relationship.
I was like, honestly, I can't afford to lose.
And I was never gonna say nothing to you.
I know.
You see, I was never, because I just said it because I was just venting at that moment to her, but I was never gonna say nothing because it was just I'm the type where you'll do something and it'll be a mental note for me, and I'd be like, okay, I just won't fuck with you the same.
Right.
I was never gonna say nothing. So when you hit me up, it was just like, okay, I'm glad she did, because now we could really talk about it and you could really know, bitch, no, that wasn't okay. But I was never going to say nothing because that's just, I don't know. I just be like, okay, bitch, that's how you move? Bet. I'm going to be over here and I'm going to move this way.
And meanwhile, it was completely different. But
it was a totally different thing. Like, it wasn't even no malicious intent. So it's just like, I'm glad you brought that up, because that great communication really, really improves relationships. And I just think.
It really does.
It's so easy with you, but other beaches it's hard.
I think it's because we're very similar.
True that.
We're similar, but we're different. Like, yes. She's hot, I'm cold, but at the same time, we've lived the same life.
Mm-hmm. So we know. I think what's different with us is that like we've lived the same life, so it's like you understand why I'm hot, and I understand why you cold.
Yeah.
And then there's sometimes where I'm cold and you understand why. So it's just like loving your friends in their love language is so important. So important. Ooh, that was a good run. When do you think that you know a relationship is over, or know that a friendship is over?
I'm a person that I will try and try and try until I literally have nothing left to give you. Mm-hmm. I'll even try when you stop trying.
Right.
So it's like, once I have no desire, I think I just feel it.
Yeah.
Once I have no desire to keep trying, I'm like, all right.
It's over. I totally agree. I thought about this last night and I was like, I feel like, because we all change, we all grow up, and we all, like, you know, your friendships for 10 plus years is not going to be the same girl that you met when you was fucking 15 from when you're like 22. So we all change, we all grow. And I think when I don't have the desire to learn this new person that you are, the distance and the differences between us have grown too far and too beyond me.
Right.
So if I don't have the desire to really learn you again and figure out how you are now.
Once you're classified as weird, you're weird.
Right. Once I call you weird, we literally just talked about that. Once we say you're weird,
it's over.
You are weird.
And don't let me call you odd, because
odd is top notch. You really are out of here. Like, you are not even odd. For somebody to call you odd, you are crazy. You're a crazy person. What? Odd? If a nigga called me odd, I would be so offended. Because what is going on deep within me to where that I'm odd. No, weird is
But what did I do that offended
right.
you for you to call me odd?
Because odd is a crazy adjective. Is that an
Right.
adjective?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Odd is crazy. Weird is crazy too, but like weird is like, you know, regular bitches be weird.
Right.
But both is terrible. Child.
Mm-mm.
Don't let nobody call you weird or odd if you ain't weird or odd. But I mean, if you are, embrace your weird and oddness.
Right.
Because once you take,
And we don't
once you
mean
say
weird
that,
in a good way.
right? You know that TikTok where it's like, not funny, haha, funny, weird. Yeah, no, no, child. What? Once you get called weird, you can never undo that. That's like getting called corny. You're corny forever. See, no. Why do you think we give our men more chances than our girlfriends? When our girlfriends pretty much deserve more of a second chance than our men, because our men be doing us crazier than our girlfriends, for real.
That be boiling down to, I feel like it boils down to daddy issues and how deep they run.
Boom.
Because we seek the validation from men that our fathers never gave us.
Right.
I feel like when you have a dad that's there and present and caters to you emotionally, because yeah, a dad can protect. He wants to protect what's his. He's territorial over what's his. But when he's catering to you emotionally and helping you become a better woman as a whole as you're growing up, then you tend to not take the bullshit from men.
Right. Right.
Because you've already gotten everything that you need from your father.
Right.
But when you have that dad that's absent, he's not catering to you emotionally, you start to seek the validation from other men.
True.
And now it's just like, okay, well, I had a mom that was there.
Mm-hmm.
I had a mom that was like my bestie. I don't need nobody else. That's how it was for me.
Yeah.
My mom was my best friend. Everybody knows how I was when I was growing up. But my dad wasn't as present. Like, he was present, he was there, but emotionally he wasn't as present. Started seeking validation from guys, and I started to give guys, even my guy friends, I would give more chances than my female friends.
Right.
Because everybody knows me, I'm quick to cut somebody off. Especially if it's a female that's being weird to me, or you've done something that I'm like, I don't fuck with that.
Right.
Because I feel like you're going to do it again, and I'm not as trusting.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, it's like, oh, he's going to change, things like that. Da, 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 da.
Right. We give them a numerous amount of
they're not gonna
chances.
change.
Exactly. And 9 times out of 10, that girlfriend is going to change before that man do.
Exactly.
And it's just like, what? I 100% agree with what you said about, like, the father-daughter dynamic. Because I really think, like, I had my dad present. And I'm not going to lie, he was very emotionally, like, supportive for me. Mm-hmm. He was always... My dad's been my best friend since I was little. How you feel about your mom is literally how I feel about my dad. Mm-hmm. So, like, I totally think that because I've seen him be a father to me, these niggas can't even get the time of day from me because, first of all, you're not doing what I've seen growing up. My dad has given me everything, like, made me... My dad literally instilled in me, like, yo, everything that I do for you, a man should do times 10 if he really wants you.
Right.
So I'm accustomed to just being like, I'm good by myself until a man shows me what my father has always shown me. So
exactly,
they can go too, for me. Like, for real. Like, and it's crazy because as quick as I'll cut a bitch off, I'll cut a nigga off too.
Yeah.
I might be sad. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I might be sad a little bit because, you know, your little sneaky link breakup. Right, I fuck with you, duh. Like, I really fuck with these people. But at the same time, like,
you had to be something for me to
my peace and my fucking... how I feel about myself, I'm not compromising and I'm not dimming myself down for nobody else.
Right. And it sucks because your friends are going to be there before that man.
After that man.
And they'll be there
during that man.
And they'll be there after that man. But then, I can't stand... I always say, this is something I always say, but I can't stand when girls get dumb for guys. So it's like...
I wish I had a bell. Ding, ding, ding. That's the one.
Like, you drop all your friends.
Yes.
You only want to spend 100% of your time with this man, but it's like, he's gonna, at their core, men are all the same.
Literally.
So it's like, he's gonna do the things that he wants to do. When he wants to make time for his boys, he's gonna make time for his boys. But you're not making time for your girls. You're not living your own separate life.
But when shit hits the fan, you
right.
calling them girls real quick. Like, yo, he just did this.
But you wasn't worried about me when the man was around.
You didn't give a fuck about me in the past 6 months. But you and this man broke up. Now you want to call... Yeah, that's... I can't say too much, but that, cause bitch, there's been situations where I'm up at the ass crack of dawn, not Bane, whatever. I'm up at the ass crack of dawn with my friends because they niggas ain't doing right. Then she dropped me the next week for the nigga.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Now you disappeared. What are you, Casper?
Like, what does
Now
this
you
man got
disappeared
you
again.
like? That's child. That shit pisses me off because like, when that nigga do wrong, you gonna come running and screaming for me to come save you out that situation. But like, if I was to need you and that nigga, you and that nigga was good, I can't. You're not answering the phone. You don't even know who I am. Child. That's very triggering for me. That was a very triggering point.
That one.
Because you bitches. I wanted to read this thing that I found on Twitter. Ooh, that just triggered the fuck out of me. Wow. Okay, anyway. It says. Bitches be crazy. Oh, so hurtful, but whatever. It says normalize knowing when everyone you meet or even like is not your friend. There are levels of friendships that range from acquaintance to soulmate. Friendships involve a mutual interest in one another, reciprocity, trust, support, and a deep desire for connection. Friendships, like any other relationship, is formed through vulnerability and often commonality. However, just because you know a little about a person doesn't mean they are your best friend. Knowing this can help you manage expectations and having healthy boundaries. Please also note that not being considered a friend does not automatically make you someone's enemy. Normalize knowing your role in someone's life, as well as determining who's a stranger, an acquaintance, a friend, a close friend, and a soulmate. They are not the same. We can know when a friendship is imbalanced when it feels one-sided. It lacks reciprocity and lacks genuine connection. And also know that people are allowed to have preferences. So someone choosing not to classify you as a friend does not have to be taken as a personal offense.
Right.
Drops the motherfucking mic. I seen that on Twitter and I had to print it out. Because, let's break it down, shall we? It says, just because you know a little about a person doesn't mean that they're your best friend. I think that best friend title we give out so loosely.
So loose.
Just like we say I love you. So loose. Best friend.
I don't be throwing that one out.
Well, some of these bitches do. You know? Some of y'all do. Can't relate. But I feel like if I'm gonna give you a role in my life, whether that be my man, my best friend, my sister, you need to fit all the job requirements for that.
Right.
Like that's not just because a best friend, like that's a deeper connection.
Higher expectation and you hold, say, an acquaintance.
That's a deeper connection in general. So like, I have really noticed that like bitches that I classified as my best friend because we had history or because like we knew so much about each other weren't fitting that best friend role. So like, when do you take that away and just be like, listen sis, we could be cool or we could just not fuck with each other, because I'm down for not fucking with each other too. But you have to know when to like either not give that title and know the difference between, okay, this is my acquaintance and my friend, or take that shit away when they're not really doing what they need to be doing.
And it sucks because some people they really pretend, like they put on a really great facade of being there for you and wanting to be there when you're going.
You want to be a co-host? Because you exactly. I saw this.
They're there for the drama though. They're there for the entertainment.
I saw this post where it was like, are you checking in on me to have access to me and to know what's going on with me? Or are you really checking in on me to be a friend?
Right. Because I've had a few of those and I was just like, all right.
Right.
And you'll be able to tell the difference between them, because the ones who are there for your drama are the ones that never really tell you anything back. If I'm confiding in you, I expect it to be a two-way street. Right. I expect you to have that same mutual trust with me, because I am a trustworthy person.
Right.
I'm a vault. Like, you speak to me, I'm a vault. Right. And I'm not going to judge you. Right. I'm not, like, I feel like me being who I am, I'm a very trustworthy person. Right. So it's like, if you're just here for me in my difficult times and you just want to, like, you're just here for your entertainment. Right. Because when you get you have the good times and you achieve your goals, they're not really there. They're not celebrating you. So it's just like, they disappear when you're growing. What happened? A little weird. But when I'm down and when you kicking me and you just there. What happened, babe? Want to wipe my tears when I'm sad, but when I'm crying happy tears, it's like, oh, bitch. I'll catch you on the next depression run. Right. What? Your definition of friend, best friend, you got to really know that shit and you got to really stick to that shit, because, hey, what? That's a fire-ass ringtone. I hope y'all heard that. Who the fuck is beeping like that? But whatever. You definitely got to know your definition of every
role that you want to be played in your life. Because
Exactly.
the only person that could really cut people and rehire is you.
Exactly. You're the CEO of your life.
I am the HR office, okay? You want a job, you're going to have to come
Compliance.
right to me, thanks. Fill out your application. And both parties have to want to be in the friendship, too.
Exactly. It can't be one-sided because that's when it becomes draining.
I think, okay, my last friendship breakup, we're not going to talk about it, but I think that's what it was. Like, I just felt like I was exerting a lot of energy and it wasn't really being reciprocated. And at that point, it was just like, okay, well, what the fuck?
What are we going to do here?
If you don't want to be here, I can go. Like,
Exactly.
I can really go and, like, be chilling. Like, and it's just like when you have relationships with people that are so long, like, and they don't put in that fight to keep you there after being, because I feel like a lot of people think, oh, she'll always be my friend. She'll always be there.
Right, because you've been here for 8+ years. Yeah, you'll always be my friend. We've been friends half our lives.
No.
No, I cut one off. 8 years.
I want
years
to
deep
be
too.
like an actual, like, same effort that you've been putting in when you didn't have a nigga and when you was, you know, not
Right.
worried about the things that are distracting you at this point in time is the same things that you need to be doing now, because I'm not your nigga. I'm not going to sit here and
Right.
deal with all your bullshit. No.
That's not what I'm here for.
It's never been what I was here for. So,
It's not what I'm
like,
here
the same
for.
respect you had for me when we was 2, 3, 4 years in, have it when we 8, 9, 10. Because that's what
Exactly.
makes, you know, healthy relationships. You got to change with me. I can't outgrow you.
Exactly.
And I can't even grow with you because you're too worried about other shit.
Some people, they just want you to stay on their level, though.
Can't do
Like,
it.
and I can't. I'm done meeting people where they're at.
Right.
Because if I'm elevating higher, why am I going to stoop myself back lower to meet you where you're at? No.
Right.
You should want to elevate with me and meet me where I'm at. Or at least make an attempt to. You don't have to be up there with me, but at least be on the path to growth.
Right. Because I'm never going to judge you if I'm a little elevating a little faster than you. That has nothing to do with me. It's all about timing and growth and, you know, all that shit.
Exactly.
But
And there's no...
I'm never going to
There's
judge
no
you.
time frame on your growth either.
Exactly. So, catch up, babe. That's all I can say. Like, nah. This was a nice TED Talk here.
Word.
I also feel like when you have a desire to continue a connection with someone, the issues won't seem as large.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just like where I'm at with certain friendships, where like I don't even have the desire to really fix it because I feel like what I'm asking for is not too much.
Right.
Especially when you used to be able
But
to do
it's
it
like
easily.
you're making it seem like it's too much. So it's like, do you really want to be here?
Right. And if it's too
And
much,
if you don't want to be here, then you can go too.
right. Like, I personally feel like anybody making me feel like I'm asking for too much when I know I'm not, we are totally
Go find
disconnected. Go find less if I'm too much, for real. Yeah, that's it. Triggered. Girls be annoying. I think that's why our friendships with our men friends go better than
Yeah.
our friendship with our female friends, because they just be chilling. They just,
Guys are so logical.
guys are also very simple.
Yeah.
Like, they don't, you know, all that emotional crying, fighting shit. Zaire be like, no, I'll catch you tomorrow. You are
Right.
tripping out. Call me back tomorrow.
All right.
Click
When
on you.
When you're ready to...
When you
holla
get
at
this
me-
shit together, you can call me.
When you're done crying...
When you're done with that, because he be the main... Are you crying? Call me tomorrow when you're not. Because,
When you can talk...
right, when you can
without the-
really... Right, because I don't want to hear it.
Right.
Because I'm not crying with you. So, yeah. Messiah, too. He banging on me real quick. You crying over this man?
Oh my God.
This, send me a picture. This is, no.
This is who you're crying over?
I'm going to tell you to have a nice day. Because, bang it. Sometimes you need those, though. You need those
Yeah.
tough brotherly love, though, you know? But then,
Facts.
nigga, hug me.
At least just a little bit. Just a little bit.
We can be emotional here. But all right.
I'm trying to be vulnerable with you.
And niggas wonder why I'm so fucking mean. Whose fault is that?
My brothers.
Right. Thank you.
Our brothers.
Yeah, literally. Literally. Fucking triggering. That was great.
It was. I think we hit all my points.
I was about to say, I think we really hit all mine too. We were just flowing.
Oh, I do have one more.
Go ahead.
So it says men versus women's relationships and women versus women's relationships are different. Because as much as you have a great bond with a guy, he's never going to understand what it is to be a female. He's never going to understand the life of a woman.
Right.
He's never going to understand how we have to maintain our appearance, but then we also have to be superwoman. We have to be mom. We have so many roles that we have to just play, and a man will never be able to understand that. So if you don't have those relationships with your girls, who are you going to confide in? Who's going to be relatable to you?
Right. Because your male friends can only really tell you so much.
Right.
Because they don't really know.
They'll be like, that's a woman thing.
And they're not even, truthfully, men are not even as emotionally intelligent as us. So, like, us crying and all that shit.
On average, 2 years behind us.
Right.
So.
Us crying and all that shit, they don't understand it. They're just like, what the fuck are you crying for?
Right.
And it's just like, bro, it's deeper. Like, I'm really hurt. Like, you know, that's why I think it's very important for us to find at least one or two females that we really click with and just ride with them. Like, because no relationship's going to be easy. Y'all are going to fight. Y'all are going to, you know, have ups and downs. But it's about how you handle them. Because, like, every problem that you have with somebody could be a lesson learned for the both of you. And it could make that relationship 10 times stronger. It's just really about finding people that you click with. I think that's also another problem. We're just trying to click with anybody because we don't.
Your personality does not match mine. So
we are not friends. We are not like, and that's, as I meet people in my life, like bro, it's so easy for me to tell when somebody could be my friend or when they can't. And I'm quick to be like, listen, it was nice meeting you.
Right.
No. We don't gotta be, no.
I feel like the more work you do on yourself, the easier it becomes to read people's energy.
Yes.
And read if they're going to be the type of person that you can tolerate.
Right.
And I don't even want to tolerate you. I want to be able to have an actual good relationship with you.
And want to be around you. Because tolerating somebody is crazy.
Exactly. I don't like when I feel tolerated. When I feel tolerated,
I'm running
for the hills.
First of all, it pisses me off. Because why
are you making
bother?
me feel like that?
Like, why are you doing that? Like, I'm not a dog that you could just fucking, okay, you tolerate it, you take it outside sometimes. Right. No. I'm a human being with a heart, bro. Treat me as such.
Feelings. My feelings, once they get hurt.
I'm a different person. That's why I don't like to get there. Yeah. That's why I cut people off so easily, because if I tell you about yourself, I will make you cry. I'm trying to be a changed, peaceful woman for real. I just rather you go.
I'm fighting for my life.
I'm fighting the hardest fight I've ever fought. Okay?
But if you ever get a text message from me that says, I just funny how.
Or if I say, I'm not going to hold you.
I'm not going to hold you.
Block me immediately and don't read it.
Don't.
Because I'm ripping you up. Chewing you up and spitting you out.
You might hate me after that.
You might want to block me after you read it. Honestly. If I ever, even if we're in person, if I'm drunk, doesn't matter the circumstance. If I ever say I'm not going to hold you, run from me.
Or I just find it funny how.
That's the one. Because I'm only going to say that if I really think you're a funny ass bitch. Which is majority of the time. So, either of those phrases comes out of my mouth, go like this. And run. Because no.
You're not going to hear what comes next.
You're not going to like it at all.
Because once you get me... I don't like to argue. Once you get me to the point where I want to argue, it's pretty much done for
I don't like to be angry either.
Exactly.
I really enjoy being, in touch with my feminine, soft side and just chilling and being...
Right.
If you make me feel like I have to be angry and I need to really curse you the fuck out, you're not good for my peace. So I'm going to curse you out and then I'm going to go. Because I always have to have the last word. Got all of
that energy off my chest.
I have to do that.
Bye.
I'm always going to tell you how I feel.
Yep.
And when you flip a knob in my head.
Oh yeah, I always say I got 3 screws. 2 of them are loose. Well, 2 of them are gone.
Right, I was going to say, 2 of them are gone. I seen them on the street.
2 of them are gone. 1 of them are loose. Who really wants to sit there and take a wrench and start unscrewing that last screw?
Right.
It's the last one.
That's literally what's holding me together. So it wouldn't be smart. It really wouldn't. It really wouldn't.
And I'm fighting for my life.
And we're from New York. We already have the worst, most lethal mouths you will ever see in your life. Together, child, you would want to die. Asshole. Apart, child, yeah. I had this one boy tell me, New York females are so mean. And I'm like, why would you even say that? And he's like, see, you, like, the fact that you even said, why would you even say that like that? You are very mean.
But I'm a sweetheart until you get me there.
And it's just like, you talking crazy. We're not mean. I think we just always got to be on edge dealing with these fucking people.
Exactly. Do you know where we live?
Like, we live in the trenches. It's not easy out here.
Do you know where we live?
The jungle. Just like A Boogie said. Like, out here is really hard. Yeah, and the
You
attitudes.
gotta be mean as hell.
You have to, because everybody got an attitude.
Exactly.
Nobody really wants to talk.
And no one take you serious when you're nice
Ever.
as hell. So it's like
When you're nice, they be looking at you like,
oh, this one's a pushover.
right, this one's pussy. No,
She's
never
easy.
that. Never that. Never that. No. Sorry. That's just how I am. Every time I go to a different state, they're like, okay. You're
I can
very
tell
aggressive.
you I get it all the time. You're from New York, aren't you? Hell yeah.
Why?
So
Because you
what's
know I'll
up?
curse you out?
So what's up?
Okay, play with somebody else. Don't fucking play with me.
Play with your mama, not me.
Right, because that's the only woman that could really wanted you here.
Clearly.
'Cause clearly it wasn't me. Wow.
That was good.
That was great. That was fucking great. All right, well. I don't even know how long. This is a new system that I'm using. It won't even tell me. I don't even know how long we've been here. But I know it's been a minute, so it's fine. But, bitch, I figured it out. I think I have to switch one of these. Here we go. Ciao.
6 minutes, period.
Clap for us. Thank you. The Pisces and the Taurus. That was a really good conversation.
It was.
That was a really good conversation. I'm trying to think of one last question that I know I had, but I don't. Drawing a blank. Like, for real. I think also, okay, boom, this is my point.
Mm-hmm.
I think also another reason why our relationship works very, very well is because we know we like our space.
Yes.
Very much. Especially me. Oh my God. As a Taurus woman, I'm really, really understanding that that is a vital characteristic of a Taurus woman. Like, please give me 4 days to just be, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to see nobody. Don't text me. Just, I don't know why that is. I don't know. But.
Yeah, and I'm a very clingy person.
And I think
But
she
it's
just
like,
understands that about me.
I understand it, yeah.
Like, and it's just, not a lot of people do. Oh my God. Not a lot of people do. And when I get in those modes, they're like, well, what the fuck's wrong with you? What happened?
Where you
Why
been
you
at?
mad? What did I do? Why are you sleeping all day? I ain't heard from you in 4 days. And it's like,
Exactly.
girl.
But
this is
sometimes
why.
I will. I literally will sometimes, though. Like, I'll get to the point where I just don't want to hear from nobody.
Yeah.
I don't want to see anybody. I don't even want to hear you breathe.
I don't even want to hear my
I just
phone go
wanna-
off for you to get in contact.
That's why my phone is always on Do Not Disturb.
Same. And all my friends bitch at me
Okay.
for it. I don't want to be disturbed. I
Literally, the title is exactly...
That
Do
might
Not
be the
Disturb.
best feature Apple ever came up with. Like, y'all deserve the big bucks for that one because I can
get
go
to
a good
those
4
places
days.
where I'm like, I just have to hibernate.
And I don't have the energy for
I have to
outside.
recharge.
Yes. It takes a long time. It's like a Tesla charger, but much slower. Much slower. I need
Not
a
a
good
Tesla
3
charger.
days to recharge. Yes, my charger's in the backyard.
Nah, but all my friends, my guy friends, mostly said to me a couple weeks ago, like, we ain't heard from you in like a month. Yeah, I've been trying to, like,
Get my shit together.
not everything is alright up here.
Right. Right. And I think with our guy friends too, I think this is what pisses me off about them sometimes. Like, they see us and automatically think we are the strongest women in the world. Like, we on our period. We fucking quit our job. Our car broke down. But that bitch always gonna be solid. She always gonna be strong.
Right.
And I may be. But can I cry for 2 minutes?
Right.
Can I
Can I just feel this shit?
can I just not be bothered by, first of all, there's a lot of days where I don't want to talk to men. Ever.
Oh, yeah.
Like my
I
dad.
go on man strikes.
I live in the house with my dad, and every day where this man just wakes up and says good morning, and it's just like, shut up. Why are y'all talking? Like, there should be one day where men just shut up. Like, they don't have nothing, because I just feel
Stay
like,
indoors and shut up.
and most of them don't be talking about nothing. So it'd be wasting time, energy. Wasting time and clear energy.
Like, you just wasted 2 minutes of my
And it's
life
just
that I'm
like-
never gonna get back.
This is the sickest thing I've ever admitted about myself. There literally be days where I look at men, every single one, and I'm just like, get the
Ew.
fuck away from me. Like, you
Ew.
are weird. And it's just like, I don't always want to have to be the strong one. There are times where I do need a good cry. And I do need, But that's another thing. We're going to cry. We're going to get it out. And we're going to bounce back and handle our shit, though. So,
Yeah.
Never been those bitches who didn't do that, but
Exactly.
that's why you should give me even more of a break
Just give me a little
to
bit
get
of a
that
break.
together, because you
Yeah.
know once I bounce back and get out of that, I'm on go.
Exactly.
So, for all our male friends that are watching this, take a few hints.
Take notes.
Take pen and paper.
Take notes, please.
Thank you. Especially you, Zaire. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, shit.
Just kidding, babe.
Especially you, Zaire.
I almost
He's
understood him.
probably like, nah, I'm not. She really said my name.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I did. And I'll say it again. You want me to drop the Addy too?
Oh, hell no.
Imagine. Oh my God. He would be like, bitch, my whole street? Really?
Mm-mm.
Sometimes you gotta drop an Addy on nigga for him to really take you serious.
Right.
So, that's another thing. Why you gotta drive me crazy for you to take me serious?
Right.
Why? Why?
Why can't you just act right from the beginning?
From
Why
the
don't
very
you-
moment you speak to me, why don't you want to be like, you know what? I'm gonna do her right.
But it's like, at the same time, it even blows back to how we give men so many chances, too, because this is something that one thing I've been teaching myself, and even I was just having a conversation with another acquaintance of mine, and she was like, I don't know why this boy won't act right, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, he's not acting right because you don't require him to act right. It's as simple as put. Men like to feel like they're needed for something.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's something in their brain. I don't know
Literally.
what it is.
It's just that
But it's
masculine energy.
If you're not requiring them to do certain things, meaning
Hold you to a certain standard.
right.
Or even like just do simple shit for real. Because the bare
Like,
minimum be hard.
I always say, there's no reason why if there's a man in my house, I should be taking the garbage out.
100%.
I live in a house full of women. But if one of my guy friends comes over, if they see that the garbage is getting full, they're automatically gonna say, "Oh, you need me to take this out?" But that started from the beginning of our friendship when they
Right.
first started coming over.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
you're a guy. You can
Especially
take
in a
that
house
for me
full
real
of
quick.
females, automatically, once you walk in that house, look at that
Like
garbage.
Nick does not come to my house not one time. Do you need me to do anything for you?
Right. Period. As he fucking should.
I'm gonna take the garbage when I go out.
Right. That's how it
They
should
don't
be.
do anything unless it's required of them to do it.
Right.
So if you're just letting a man walk all over you, if you're letting him run the streets rampant, and every time you get mad at him, you take him back 2 days later, he's like, oh, she doesn't require me to not.
Right. And if she do, she gonna give me 2 days and I'm gonna be back in there. So
Exactly.
nah.
You gotta shake shit up.
Right. Once you, because I saw this other post where it was like, you're playing about yourself, so that's why other people play with you.
Yeah.
Which made total sense to me, because you're not, the energy that you hold yourself to and that you like, what do I want to say? Like the energy that you give out is what you're automatically going to receive. So if you are holding yourself to that high standard and making it seem like, okay, I'm a boss bitch, I'm going to require this and this and this from a man, you're going to get that. And the niggas that can't require that aren't even going to look your way because they see you as a different type of woman. Boom. Mic drop.
Pen drop.
Right. Period.
But then it's sad because we hold our friends to those standards, but we don't hold our men to those standards.
Right. And men get 17 strikes. This girl only get 1.
And you're out of here.
Right. And you didn't cheat on me with my best friend. Like this man did. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That was a little extreme.
No, that was triggering, actually.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, sheesh. We've been through too much in our lives.
Yeah. Such a
See, that's such a buried memory. You didn't unleash a new book in there. Like the filing cabinet just came out and I'm just like, oh, this is the file.
Damn.
Yeah. See.
That's fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Trauma. But we healing. We growing.
Right. Right.
What about it? But yeah, like, give these niggas the same chances that you're giving your female friends. Hold everybody to the same standard.
Exactly.
And when you hold yourself to a higher standard, you will understand why certain relationships don't work, why they do work, all that. But what do we know?
Amen.
Period. All right. Thank you guys for another great episode. I think that was really good.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Oh my God. This is the one bitch that I want to have because, see, conversations like this. Period. She's going to be back every season. Maybe once or twice. So, get used to her. Bye.